Begs the question, how much is too much? For some farmers, this recent rain pattern is delaying their planting.
Gianna Zhao is in the fields to explain how this could impact us all through harvest. Gianna?
The last 2 weeks of April to the first 2 weeks of May is the average time span for farmers to start their planting season. This can cause a shorter planting season and lower yields with a reduced amount of revenue. At both the state and federal levels, this can impact farmers financially. According to the USDA, farmers planted 42% of their corn this past week compared to the average 56% they've seen for the past 5 years. The typical start of planting season is in the last 2 weeks of April into the first 2 weeks of May, but there have been only 2 days suitable for field work.
The longer the crop is able to capture the energy from the sun, the better the yields are going to be.
As the progression of planting season continues, these conditions can bring a risk of losing yield or product for harvest season in the fall.
It will hurt their bottom line at the end of the year because they get the lower yields. And so lower yields typically mean less dollars in the bank or less crop to sell, so fewer dollars of income.
It can also cause a shorter planting season as well.
Corn is a grass. It grows much taller. It puts on more yield than what soybeans does, and it just seems like it's a little bit more sensitive to a shorter growing season than what soybeans are.
Peoria's Farm Bureau manager says the weather is always a major factor in the income he and many others depend on.
And you're relying on that paycheck in the fall, which is going to last you the entire year. You've got to be very disciplined as a farmer to spend your money wisely and make it last for 12 months out of the year.
Both of these farming services say the best way to avoid this is warm weather.
Best recipe going forward, let's have 10 days of sunshine.
As for soybeans, 20% of the crop is in the ground compared to the 5-year average of 16%. The Peoria County Farming Bureau says because farmers are planting soybeans before corn the past 5 years because they're seed protected, which leaves them less at risk.